Welcome to Artistry Collaborative. My name is JoAnn and I am so excited that you're here today. Today we are going to create these one-of-a-kind night lights. I did it in fairy and then I did it for Halloween. All from the Dollar Tree. Well, this one is mostly from the Dollar Tree. This one's a few other things, but very easy. I'm so glad you're here. Please, if you like this channel, subscribe and share. Hit on the bell, and every time I upload a new video, it'll let you know. I'm so grateful you're here. You can do this. It's so easy. I know, I say that all the time, but I wouldn't tell you that if it wasn't. If it's challenging, I'll let you know, but I'll walk you through it. So if you have any questions or comments, things that you want to see happen on this channel, let me know. I'll be happy to create with you. All right, so come along. Let's try this together. Hello. So today we are going to make an adorable fairy light. I'm going to show you how to, actually, I'm going to make the fairy one, but I'm going to show you a sample of doing it for Halloween also. So this is from the Dollar Tree, and it's just a box. The box comes in like so, but we're going to stack it like this. We're going to make a topper for it, and it's just cuteness. So I use an emery board, and I just want to sand this little heart because it's rough, to say the least. Okay. Yeah. All right, that's all. Now, I have told you about this company called Graphic 45, and they have a line right now called, I don't know what they call it this time. I guess Fairy, what a unique paper crafting, Fairy Wings Collection. That's what they're calling it now. I think before it was Fairy Dust. Now it's Fairy Wings, and I just love it. So we're going to make a tea light. So what's going to happen is we're going to cover all the sides, and then we're going to paint the inside, and then you're going to take a tea light, put that in there, and then we're going to make a top for it. So you can just take the top off, turn it on, and turn it off. So really, really cute, very simple, and it's just so freaking adorable. It's just unbelievable. So what I'm going to do is measure the side of the box, and this is how I measure. I'm not really caught up in measuring with precision. It's just how I work. And then cut it out. And so what I'm going to do, now the one thing about Graphic 45 is all their papers are very coordinated. So you can use anything in this book and it will go together. So you don't even have to, if you don't feel like you're good with colors, don't worry about it. It's perfect. Alright, so I'm going to put this on here. So go along and pick papers that you like, and I'm going to, like I've used other papers too. It doesn't have to be from just Graphic 45. Whatever papers you have in your stash, by all means use them. So I may use that. I don't know. I've got this one. This is from Bo Bunny. I like the little mushrooms. I think that's really cute. So I'm going to go along and find my papers and cut them out, and then I will be back. Okay, I did want to show that where this heart is, I was just going to put a pattern paper so it wouldn't matter, but then I found this and I really like it, and the dream does go above the heart. So I'm lining this up so I make sure the dream isn't anywhere near where I'm going to cut out, and I'm going to turn it this again. turn it like so, and take a pencil and go in and trace the heart that has to be open, because without that you will not have a place for the light to come through. And then I'm just taking an X-Acto knife and cutting the heart out. And again, it's much easier to turn the paper and just keep the knife straight. And go around. And there you go. And so now we're going to glue this on here, like so, and we'll trim the sides. Okay. Okay, so what happened was what Bob Ross refers to as a happy accident. The way I make these is I turn this box this way, and then I put the top one on there, and then I make a cover out of foam core like that, and then we make a topper. And so you can take this off and you can put your light in and then put it back on. But not paying attention, trying to do too much, I ended up doing this upside down. So it's okay, because all I did was make a top for that one, and now I'm going to put this on top of that, and now we're going to make the top for this one. And all I do is I take the box and I put it on my foam core, and I use a popsicle stick as a measuring. And so I put the popsicle stick down, and then I put the box against the popsicle stick, and then I hold that, put the popsicle stick on the other side, and then I draw my pencil. And then once I have that one down, I do the same thing with this. I put it, I line it up, I see where that is, I hold it, put it on the other side, and that's my measurement for my cover. Now, I have this wonderful metal ruler. I think you can get them at the Dollar Tree. I'm sure you can, because everything is at the Dollar Tree. And I just take a single-edged razor and I just run it across. I have a glass mat that I work on, and it's wonderful for that, cutting. And so I just run it across really close to the ruler. And sometimes I mess it up, but you know, nothing that can't be fixed. Yeah, see, this looks a little off to me. So I'm going to line it up. I think this razor is seeing its day. Usually it doesn't give me a hard time. Okay, and so that's my top. And then I have my papers cut out, ready to go. I've got my Halloween supplies, and I've got my fairy supplies all here, so I'm trying to do two things with one video. But I just want to show you how, you know, use your imagination. You can do anything with these. They're just so adorable. So alright, this is going to be my front, and like this paper is just a hair too high, so I just go along with my scissor and cut it. Same thing with this one, that one. Alright, perfect. Alright, so then I just take my Mod Podge, or you can take tacky glue, Elmer's glue, and then I just put a layer down, cover it nice and even. take my paper and align that. Use my debit card and get all the bumps and wrinkles out. Perfect. I will do the other side. And the light, I bought these lights at another thrift store, but and these lights change color, so it's kind of cool. But Dollar Tree definitely sells, you know, those lights that you know, I think you get 3 or 4 for $1. So yeah, you can get them, I think 3 or 4 for $1. They're like little stars, or they're round tea lights. And there's that. Now, I also I get this at Hobby Lobby, and like this week it's 50% off, so it's very reasonable. And that's what I did with this. Same thing. You just go around the edge. I did it with hot glue. Getting the glue off my fingers. And I like to start in the middle, and go around the edge. And then I'm putting it there, keeping it in the middle. And I hold that, put a little bit more. I like to go around the corner so that I can pull it tight. Okay, then I hold that, keep going. Then I know I'm going to end here. So I put the hot glue all the way to the end, and then a little bit more. Bring it over. I'm going to trim it. And this will shred, so I like to take some white glue and put it down, and that will hold it so that it does not shred. And that will be my top. Okay? Now, what we're going to put on top of there is a fairy. So, I have these little people from Tim Holtz. Oh, that's why it's different. This was supposed to be my top. Alright, well, that's my top now. Okay. Then I have my little people. My little girl. Now these are from the Dollar Tree too. It was a whole package of wings. But I'm going to put some glue and attach them front to back so that when they bend, you can see the butterfly wings on both sides. So that's what I do with that. Now, where did my little girl go? Here she is. Alright, so here's the lady that I have, and these are going to be her wings. She's going to sit up here on top of a spool. And I have a spool, a wooden spool from sewing, and I have this yarn. I think I got this at Job Lot. And but you can use anything. You could use ribbon, you can use just so many things. Alright, I don't know what happened to the end, so I'm just going to make my own end. maybe I can just use that piece. Okay, so I'm going to put a little hot glue at the top here, and I'm going to hold the yarn down until it sticks. And then I'm just going to wrap it around very tightly because I want as much color to stand out. So I push it down as I turn, go around and around and around, push it down, around, push it down, can even come back again. Yeah. And then I'm going to put a little bit more glue here. Be careful because it's very hot. Just hold it there until it stays, and that's what's going to go up here. Okay. Now, my little girl is going to stand on that, but of course, it's paper, it's not going to really stay, so I have to make a stand for her. So I'm going to take a popsicle stick, and I'm going to glue it to the back and front of her shoes. So, I'm just going to measure this. I only need it that big. I hope you can see this. I'm measuring her feet. They stand about there. Go like that. I'm going to cut it. Score it really. I'm going to take this. There. Okay, doesn't matter that it's not clean because we're going to cover it all up anyway. Then I go to the other end and do the exact same thing. Score it. I use these razors all the time, so they're not the sharpest in the deck. But all right, so then you put a little hot glue. You put your paper down. Then you put a little more hot glue. And you put the back. And now this will sit nicely on top of that. Now this is almost set. We just put a little dab of glue in the back. I cut the heads off so that it doesn't look exactly like a butterfly, but so that they look more like a fairy or an angel. I'm going to distress it a little bit. This is my vintage photo distressing. Just makes it look a little bit older. Like so. Then we're going to put some glue on the back of this. And we're going to put this in the back of her shoulders. And there. She looks like a little fairy. Then we're going to put some hot glue here and stand it up here. Like so. I'm going to take some of my grass that I have, This is, I used to buy this at AC Moore. I'm so sad that that store closed. I can't even tell you. But, so they're sticky on the back. And I use it when I make my fairy gardens. But, they do sell, it's not sticky, but they do sell sheets at the dollar store. You can get this at Michael's. Again, not sticky. So you just put some hot glue on it and it will be fine. But it's just called sheet moss. And that's all it is. There's different kinds. There's gray and sometimes they even have colors. But I like it to look natural. I'm going to put some flowers around her feet so it looks like she's in a garden. But I'm just trying to right now cover up the wood that's holding her up. Like so. Then we'll put some hot glue here, put it right in the middle. I also wanted to show you that I paint the inside. I'm using this Dilutions paint called Vanilla Custard because I thought the yellow would help reflect the light a little bit better. So that's what I'm doing. I'm also going to do it in the Halloween one. So I just wanted to give you a heads up on painting the inside. You could put papers, but I think that would be just really difficult. And you're not going to really see them. But just get the inside completely covered. And then I will come back and we will continue decorating the boxes. And I'll show you what I did to the top. Okay, so this one is done. I don't know if you can see it, but it goes like that. And of course, the light, where did my light go? Is it in here? And the inside is, I painted the inside of this one too. But now this can be a little trinket box as well. And then this goes on here, and then we put the light on. We put that in here, and then we put the top on. And I just added a little bit of lace and some flowers, a couple of pearls, button, and there you go. Now what I want to do is finish this off. So I'm going to, I got these at the Dollar Tree. They're tiny pearls, so they may be a pain in the butt, but I think they'll be very delicate. And we're going to put them around here just to finish that off a little bit more. So I'm going to take some glue. They are sticky, but I don't trust them. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue all around the edge. It does come, this comes with, because this is supposed to be for your nails, it does come with super glue, but I didn't want to use that. You know, you could just peel this up. Oh, look at that. Alright, and I'll do it in sections. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then when you're going around the corner, you may want to do it single, or so that you can get around the corners. I don't like the way this one is sticking out, so I'm going to cut that off. Again, because it's curved, I think it's not lying right. So I'll just put that down like that. Cut a couple more. And the white glue, of course, will dry clear, so that's perfect. And that's going to give it a nice finishing touch. So we're going to put that aside. And that, for the most part, is finished. Okay, so now I'll show you what you can do if you want to change it up a little bit and give it a Halloween theme. So I have this trim. It's very weird, and I just thought I would put it on here because I just don't know what I'd ever do with it again, and I think it just needs a little something something. So I'm going to use hot glue on this one, and again, I like to go around the corner so I can pull it tight. Be careful because it is so hot, but the Dollar Tree does make these great little fingers. I always forget to use them, but you should use them. Okay, and then I'm going to put a little bit. It doesn't need a lot because the trim is not very heavy. Nothing's holding it. So there's that. Okay. Again, line it up. I'm just following the edge of the box. If you find these strings with the hot glue, the trick is once it's all dry to go in with a hairdryer or a heat gun, and it'll just melt away and you won't see any strings or glue. And if it's a chunk, you can just scratch it off. Just don't scratch too hard because then you'll scratch the thing that you glued down. And then all your work will be for naught. And then I'm going to just trim this. Do the last little bit. This is why I don't like to wear the finger, because I just like to get in there. I don't want to have to work around that. I'm like, this one needs a little bit. Just put a little dot. Okay. So, and if you wanted to, you could trim this top, although, you know, you don't see it. Okay. Now, I want to do something around that, too. And with this same, I bought these at Michael's years ago. And so I finally found a reason to use them. But I think that'll be just subtle enough to use it. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to put it in. Just do a little bit. Like that. And again, you know, you might not have this trim. You probably don't have this trim, but you could use jute or, you know, whatever you have that matches. You may have a ribbon in your Christmas stash, you know, that matches. See, I don't like that. It makes it kind of, but you know what? I have a solution for that too. All right, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a little, you know what, I'm going to put a little of this glue. And you may say, well, why use that glue instead of the hot glue? Because it dries clear and it's just easier. Now, as you can see, this is not even. But what I'm going to do is use these from the Dollar Tree. And we can put one right there and it'll look fine. I love when that stuff happens. Okay, so now again, you put the light in here, you put this on top. Now we're going to create a scene on the top. I got this at the Dollar Tree. I've never seen these at the Dollar Tree. This is what the package looks like. It came in here. So I actually got this because I have a little tiny village, but I'm going to use it for this. And we're going to make a little scene. We're going to put the tree, we're going to put a skeleton, we're going to put some grass, and yeah. So first thing I got to do is prep these little guys. Now I thought I would use the pumpkins. I didn't decorate the sides on the fairy one because the papers are so beautiful and I didn't want to take away from that, and again the top is so decorated, but these will look cool on the side. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do a couple of bats and I'm going to do a couple of ghosts, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to emboss them. And what embossing means, well, the pumpkins I'm going to paint with markers, so that's what we're going to do with those. But with the bats and the ghosts, we are going to emboss. So I have this distress embossing ink. You've seen me use it time and time again if you've been watching my videos. And so I'm going to make the ghosts white. I take these off because I'm going to put glue and I want them flat. And so you just put it on the pad like so. And what the distress embossing ink is just a glue. That's all it is. And you can see that that's really well covered. And I put it down and cover it with the embossing powder. And we'll do the next one. Okay. And then this nifty difty tray, just take one of my brushes and pour that in. Okay. Now we're going to do the bats. The bats, I would like to do silver. So that embossing powder was from Commotion and it's called White Sparkle. And then this one is by Moxie and it's just called Silver. So we take the bat, and we cover it. Another bat. And that's that. So then you take these over here, and we're going to apply the heat gun, and they are going to sparkle like crazy. So, get the heat gun. I'm not sure if you can see it from your angle, but the silver just turns. It just seals it. It's just the coolest stuff. I don't know who came up with it, but it's just awesome. So, yeah, this is as close as I can get it. Hopefully it'll show. And that's that. Now I want to take the pumpkins, and we're going to just get a couple of markers. It's a strange orange, let's see. Oh, that works. Alright. And you're just going to color it in. You know what? Maybe we should do that. So it looks like it's glowing. So that's the pumpkin. And then we'll do the stem. You could do the stem green, you could do the stem brown, whichever floats your boat. And then I'm going to take my handy dandy distress ink and just go around the edges. Alright, so now I found this piece of cardstock, and I'm just going to trace it, the pumpkin. So we'll put the white glue on here. This side seems to be cleaner. I have to tell you, I'm a very messy crafter. My daughter reminds me all the time. And it's part of my process, so I'm not apologizing for it. It is what it is. Oh yeah, so much better. I still feel like I gotta trim this. Of course, I turned it around, so that's probably why. There. Alright, now, let's work on this. This is going to just take some hot glue, and we're going to put that right up there. Hold that on there. That is so cute. And then I have, they call this reindeer moss. They do sell it at the Dollar Tree. And trying to get stuff that doesn't look so fresh, but it's all pretty green. So you could use Excelsior too. It doesn't have to be the reindeer moss, but you know, anything that looks grassy. And then we're just going to put a piece here and a piece here, like so. And now I have my skeleton. This is also from the Dollar Tree, of course. I'm not sponsored by the Dollar Tree. I really should be, but I'm not. It's just that I like to, you know, create it without spending a lot of money. So I'm crossing his feet because he's a relaxed dude. And he's going to sit right under the tree, like so. So we're going to put a ton of glue on his buttocks. Like so. And we'll just hold that there for a minute until it takes. And I mean, you could glue his hand for added stability. And then these guys we're going to just attach with a little bit of glue right in the middle, like so. We'll put a ghost over here. What do we want to put it back? What do we want to put? Now let's put a ghost. Need some more glue. And another pumpkin. Then another ghost. We're going to put one of these to cover up my mistake right here. Yeah. Oh, I liking that. And this is what the smaller light looks like. Dollar Tree changes colors. And put that one in there. And I just wanted to show you what it looks like finished. Let's see if we can shut the light off and you can get the spookiness of it. Changing colors. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it inspires you to go out and do more. If you have any questions or comments, just put them in below and I will answer them. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe and share it with your friends. I enjoy doing these tutorials and I hope you enjoy watching them. I'm so grateful that you joined me today. I know we have a lot of things on our to-do list, and the fact that you took some time to watch this is just very humbling, and I'm very grateful that you have. So you have the best day ever. Check us out on my website, artistrycollaborative.org. You can find us on Instagram, and I also have a podcast to inspire you to be more creative. It's called Inner Promptings, and I hope that you enjoy it all. So thank you so much, and be well.